Welcome back to my backyard snack yard. I had to show you a really fun berry growing here in the shade of my apple tree. It is the balloon berry, also known as the strawberry raspberry. It's a really small, short, perfect ground cover member of the raspberry family. And it came originally from Japan, but it is apparently very popular in some European countries such as Lithuania. And it's just a really fun one. I mean, you can see the berries themselves are enormous and they look like huge, very bumpy raspberries. It's also called the balloon berry and various other fun names. I think actually at one point I saw it was called the fun berry because it is lots of fun. And it's supposed to taste a little bit of a strawberry. It's sort of a mixture between a strawberry and a raspberry. That's how it was sold to me. But I don't really find it's that strawberry-ish. I think the reason they would say it's more strawberry-ish than raspberry-ish is because it hasn't got that sharpness that raspberries have. So maybe it's a little more mellow, a little more like a strawberry in that respect. But you can just see it has all these little bumps there, just like raspberries. And it is just really a fun one. I also want to show you a comparison of size because, I mean, the flowers themselves are enormous and they're so stunning and they really keep coming for quite some time, and then you get these big berries. And I'll just get a few of my other raspberries to compare for size. But before I do that, I'll just show you they do spread really well. Like other raspberries, they're great at spreading, so they are great for ground cover. I have this one. I think it's a few plants in this pot here, and I've had them for quite some time. It's just a way to keep them safe. But I love it when plants spread, especially when they're edibles. And so I have some as ground cover. Just, whoops, over here. And actually these ones that are in ground have gotten a bit taller than the ones in the pot because there's more nutrition, there's more wetness, I guess. They can just suck up lots of moisture. They're actually quite tall. And they will also spread through underground runners, so I should have them elsewhere in the garden as well. But yeah, let me just get some little raspberries to compare for size. I've got a bunch of red ones that are really ripe now. And we'll just pick some and we can compare the sizes. The yellow ones tend to be slightly larger than my red ones, so I'll just pick a few of them so we can compare them too, but they are even smaller than the giant balloon berries or strawberry raspberries. So if we look here, we've got the red ones and the yellow ones, and you can see the yellow ones are indeed larger than the red ones. And then we'll come and get the balloon berries. And the giant one here. So there we have them. Perfect comparison. So you can see the balloon berries, even the smaller of the two, are larger than the raspberries. Actually, the smaller one of the two are pretty much the same size as the yellow raspberries. But how fun. Let's try to open one up and just see how they look on the inside. So if you look at the inside here, it is hollow to a certain extent. It is so much like the other raspberries too. So let's just open it up. It's a lovely comparison. You can see all the fruit there. And they just all look quite similar, don't they? But let's have a taste. That is so funny. I've always said, because I've had these for quite some time now, I've been growing them for a few years, and I've always said that I didn't get why they're called strawberry raspberries. I thought maybe it was because they're ground cover, because they really look like raspberries, and of course they're members of the raspberry family. So I didn't really get where the strawberry bit came in. But just then, having tasted that one, it does taste so much like strawberries. It really does. And actually, that's all I can taste is the strawberry. That is so interesting. And I wonder if it's because we've had such a warm summer. It's been really dry as well, but also just like really much warmer than usual. We've had some heat waves. The temperature has gone up to 33 degrees Celsius, even higher than that. And it's been really wonderful. And so many of my fruits have tasted completely different. My mulberries, for example, are just so sweet and so good and better than ever. And these ones are just really amazing. That really tasted like a strawberry. So I definitely understand now why it was known, or it's known as a strawberry raspberry. How funny. It's really one that should be tasted, I think. But I still do think that I prefer regular raspberries. The yellow ones are a little bit sweeter than the red ones, but the red ones are just the perfect raspberry flavor. It's just that it's got that acidity there that I just love. So yeah, I mean, these are some of my favorite berries, and we've just come back after being away for a bit, so the garden's really dry and really thirsty, but it's so nice to see that all the bushes, all the raspberry bushes are just full of fruit. So we're going to pick lots and have a really nice berry dessert this evening. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.